morning, Watershed. My name is Rickey Hill. I bring you greetings from Washington, D.C. I am a new resident of Washington, D.C., but a long-time resident of Charlotte for about 14 years, and I just moved to D.C. maybe almost a month ago. And I'm just so thrilled and honored to be able to still be able to be in communion and fellowship with you all, with my home, the place I love dear. As I begin to truly think about Black History Month and just Black folks in general, and being Black and our triumphs, our struggles, our hopes, our fears, our pain, our suffering, our overall story, I'm reminded of the scripture in the Bible. The scripture that talks about, is there a balm in Gilead? And it's almost, I think Jeremiah or somebody in the Bible may have said it, and it seems very hopeless. But I'm also reminded of the story of how Black slaves have answered that call. And they said, yes, there is a balm in Gilead, as a spiritual and a song that they sang for hope. Yes, there's a balm in Gilead. And so many gospel artists have remade that song and put so many twists on it that message is more than a song that has become a message. When the world seems dark, in our dark world, in our world of struggle, in our world of oppression, yet we have still always believed there is a balm in Gilead. It makes me think of growing up, how I have an older brother, and at some point, we go to college, or we get some type of education or some type of worldly experience outside of our home existence. And I remember he came back from college, and he decided he didn't want to eat pork anymore. And there's nothing wrong with not eating pork. Pork's not good for you. Probably not. I don't know. Whatever. He came back and he decided that he was proclaiming on Thanksgiving that he was not eating pork anymore. And I remember my mom saying that story. And I've heard this before, but it was something about hearing it from my mother, a Black woman, saying, you may look down upon our chitlins. You may look down upon the way we season our collard greens. You may look down upon, because no, we probably should do a better job eating these things in moderation. But when we eat these things, when these are the story of triumphs, and this is the story of how, and my mother grew up, her grandparents, she grew up with her grandparents, a sharecropper. She grew up on a literal, a plantation or a farm. She said, these are traditions and recipes that I have been passed down, and these were the stories of triumph where we were given scraps and we turned those scraps into nourishment. There is a balm in Gilead. These are the things I think of when I think of there is a balm in Gilead. Also, me myself, being descendant of sharecroppers, American music, blues down in the Mississippi Delta. These are examples of folks getting together and clearing out places to go to what we would call juke joints and playing this blues music, where just begin to talk about the struggles of the day and helping them overcome the oppressive system of Jim Crow at the time. And through that blues music, we get every form of American music that is original to America today, to country, to jazz, to all the way up to hip hop. I even look at hip hop and rap music as it has its tradition and is finding as a story of resistance. All of these things point back to me to let me know that there is a balm in Gilead. And as I begin to go through Black History Month, as I teach, I'm a social studies teacher. As I teach my students about Black History Month, it's a good time. This week, we beginning to look at Black Lives Matter at school week. The story that I want to tell is, yes, Black Lives Matter, and yes, we are oppressed on every end, but we are we are hopeful people. We are hopeful people, and we have always been a hopeful people. And it's that hope that reckons deep down within our blood. It's the hope, with all the religious deconstruction and learning and all the spiritual phases of questioning who is God and where God goes, who is God, what does God mean to me? Where does it stand in this present day? How much of religion was I given, and how much religion do I actually believe, and what I want to throw out, what I want to keep? Even within all that, if you put on a song right now about a cross and a blood, I will get sentimental. I may get up, I'm not in a church, but if I were in a church, I may get up and run around the church. I will feel that thing, and I think it doesn't tap into like the literal sense of those songs and those meanings and those spirituals and all that kind of stuff, but I think it taps into like somewhere deep down inside. As a people, we are a hopeful people. And I will, last but not least, my mom, I'm such a fan of Black women. Like, they're everything. Until Black women are free, none of us are free. But I remember my mom saying, I think it was the beginning of the last presidential term, she said, we're gonna be okay. She said, because at the end of the day, if I gotta get out there, worst case scenario, if I gotta get out there and get in that garden and tend to some collards and farm and go back down to the basics, we're gonna be okay. Fannie Lou Hamer, she has a quote where she talks about, I think she said this quote like in the 70s. She said, they talk about the 30s was depression. The 20s was depression with me, meaning the depression. Like they talk about the Great Depression and all the stuff that the world went through in the 30s. The 20s was depression with me. I remember my great grandma asking her about the depression, and she's like, "Huh? The depression? What is that?" We've always been a people who have traditionally been marginalized and traditionally been outcast, but we've always had hope, and we've always fought. We've always been a hopeful people. So even in today, whatever race you are, whatever nationality, gender, wherever you find yourself on this totem pole of power and oppression and privilege and stuff, there's always hope. There's always hope. And that's all I have today for you. Thank y'all so much. Love you. Mean it. Greetings from, once again, from Washington, D.C. Y'all be blessed.